All praises to the almighty, sublime, magical, majestic creator. I love you, Father, my loving kindness. Hallelujah. And to all of my fellow servants in this world and beyond, I send you infinite love and light, and I receive yours. Shalom, everyone. Yes, we're going to visit the Archangel of Africa. If you're new to my station, you're looking at an archangel right now with a fiery sword in front of him, which make him Uriel, the archangel over Eden. So we're just going to look at his body. He's defined all the way down to his feet. Yes, he's gigantic, the archangel Uriel. So we're going to visit an area right now that's being uncovered. I call them the Magic Mountains. They have fiber optics and trails and all kind of life forms in it. And that's the area we're going to visit today. You see Uriel in his eyelashes. He has a tear coming from his eyes. He knew what we would have to go through in this matrix. Yes, and so he has preserved Eden while we were going through all of our trials in this 3D matrix. Yeah, he's been guarding our treasures and technology and many of the creatures that were reserved. They didn't come out of Eden. Yes. So we're going to visit one of these magical places. This journey's very magical, so you have to see it with your third eye. So we're going to start off in these magical mountains, okay? It's some magical mountains being unveiled over in Eden. And so let's look around this area because the cloaking device seems to be very low, and it's allowing us to look inside of these mountains. And inside of these mountains are some of the creatures of Eden. And it looks like a painting because, yes, the cloaking device is still on. And it looks, the other dimensions look different. Their density is very different from our own. Yeah. Oh, what is this? Yeah, their density is very different. Now, I notice here you see the tracks and the fiber optics going on in this mountain right here. Fiber optics and tracks, we could tell the difference because the tracks have ties on them, just like a railroad track. And a lot of times we find vehicles on these tracks. Okay. So that's what makes the difference. The fiber optics are doubled up just like the tracks are. It's just that the tracks have the ties on them. Isn't this beautiful? Have you ever seen a land? And if this is water, look at all of the beautiful life inside of it. Nothing on earth looks like this. Nothing on this earth. All praises to the Most High for allowing us to see into some of his top secret magical lands that he has in store for Adam and his descendants. He's letting us peek into the magic. Some of these things that we see, that we've seen in Eden, we've heard about, in mythology. Like I found unicorns and angels and dragons and such. Things that we're not real familiar about in our dimension, but now they're surfacing so that we know that these things are not mythological. They're not a myth, they're a reality. Yeah, and also about Agatha and the Atlanteans. Yeah, because they're the ones that continue their work. That's why you see all this technology here, all of these fiber optics and such. All praises to the Most High. You are so magical, Father. Yes, so magical. And I know one day, if I'm not magically riding over these lands, showing pictures. I'll be on a helicopter showing you these places in real time. Yeah. Because a lot of these creatures, we see the creatures, but these are like still shots. But they are alive and they move and they breathe. Yeah. And they're anxiously awaiting for Adam and his descendants to return. So this land right here has quite a few areas that are uncovered. Quite a few areas showing us the magic of these mountains here. Wow, that looks like a face right there. And he has looks like a hat or a crown. And it looks like they're riding. I call these riders because they ride on the dragons. You could barely see their form. But yeah, they're all over this dragon. That's over here. Ooh. This too looks like he has riders on his back. And here's some floaters. Let's take a measurement of this floater here. He looked like he's made out of a blackness, but you can see he doesn't have feet. 38 feet, maybe 40 feet. Yes, like I always say, we are the little people. We are the little people. It seems that everything over here in Eden is gigantic. Giants. Yeah. They weren't affected by the fall of mankind like we were. And everything that was in Eden did not leave Eden either. All of the different species, some of them stayed over there. There's many different species. Wow. Many different species. And if you're new to my station, we're on Google Earth Africa. I always leave the bottom of your screen so you could go check out these anomalies. There is an archangel, Uriel, that was assigned to Eden. Yes, it's in your Bible. And we have found that archangel. We'll show him at the end. I believe I showed him at the beginning of this clip. But if not so, I'll put it at the end of the clip. It's an archangel. Yeah, a Titan. His name is Uriel. And he was assigned to protect Eden and manage Eden. Yeah, keep mankind out. And he has a fiery sword with a lot of magic in it. Yes, I keep Eden, keep mankind away from these areas. Now, a lot of these areas was also covered by the Sahara sands that have blown off. It seems as though the Most High, after he took Eden into inner earth, he covered it with the Sahara sands. And those sands have been blowing off of the continent since the beginning of mankind, and they do not return. They go out to the waters and send nutrients into the waters, into the oceans and rivers, and on land they fertilize the soil. Yes, and so we're at the bottom of those sands because the Most High used it like an hourglass actually. The Sahara sands is like a huge hourglass, and we're at the bottom now. All the sand is almost gone. And at the same time, the reset is happening. That's why I said that the Most High used it as an hourglass. Because yes, we're at the bottom. I found a lot of areas, beautiful areas. Yeah, and it's only a residual sand left. And all of this magic, all of these colors and magic and creatures were underneath that sand. So you're looking at places that mankind have never tread upon. You don't. Let's look and see if there's any roads close by before we go any further. I don't see any roads. I see like little towns like this, like it has a name to it, but it's nothing going on. There's no roads there. Yeah, sometime you might find a little village or something, but most of the time it's nothing going on from mankind. Look at all of this technology, you guys. All of this technology lit up, and it was spoken of about Agatha and the Atlanteans. And since I found all of these fiber optics, and I know that we're all connected somehow, it makes me want to go ground myself with Mother Earth, because I know underneath my feet are these fiber optics that connect me to the kingdom. And so I go and walk barefooted and let there be no barrier between me and Mother Earth. Yeah, and then I get connected with the trees, because the trees, their roots go down inside of the earth. And so that's another way that we could connect, ground ourselves, and let Mother Earth heal us and receive the light and the love from all of these connections. See these fiber optics? Oh, what is this? Let's see. So many different kind of life forms. All praises to the Most High. You're so magical, Father. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new. Yeah, we're not going to be thrown back into the ice ages or the stone ages or, the biblical era. Yeah, there is going to be technology, and we're going to see everything that's going on in this dimension as the Most High's judgment is upon the earth. Yeah, there's technology for us to see. Oh, what is that? Some kind of creatures. Just beautiful. And this place is quite a bit of it being uncovered. I can't remember coming over here before, so this area is quite new to me. Wow, there you go. Some floaters together, and they're made of blackness. And one thing we can agree upon is that you've never seen land that look like this before. You've never seen a lake look like these waters. You've never seen some of these life forms down in here. But they're showing up now. Yeah, we're going to be going to all of these beautiful magical places. And believe me, they're way more magical than what they're looking right now, because the cloaking device is really still in effect. Because that's another way that Uriel used to hide Eden. Now here we got some plasma energy going on. A lot of plasma energy over here. Okay, so here's our cloaking device. See the top part of your screen? You see how colors are popping out, and the bottom just looks like desolation. And that's what we have been seeing. That's why we think that this is a sand trap. That's why all of our precious stones, the size of hills, nobody has went in to rape and rob, because it looks like desolation. But now that the uncovering has happened, I want you to know that everything in Eden is very well protected. Uriel protects it with his fiery sword. So they just can't come over and rob and steal from our lands. They can't do that, not with Eden, because I found that when China did that, they took one boulder, honey, and they have been catching hell ever since. Look at all of the energy. All praises to the Most High. Yeah, wow, what is this in here? Sometimes I run across something very interesting. Wow. All of it's very interesting and magical. And not typical to our world. Nothing here is typical to our world. All of this in woods and forests, beaches and deserts. You know, all of our landscape is typical, but that is not how it is in Eden. It's like each heaven has its own characteristic. And right here, looking down here, at this uncovering is still a lot of it that's covered up. I believe the whole land is like blue or waters or something. And it has a lot of energy around it. Okay. Wow, what is this? Some kind of field is still covered up. And these are like halfway covered up. Okay, so let's see where we are here.